So you guys got that good cheese?
Yeah, I get the best cheese.
I remember every time I've come here, it's just that cheese.
Yeah, the one with the truffle in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's my favorite. And having
it
that
helps
with,
when your boyfriend's rich.
Yeah, and also, okay, you need to have those with crackers or prosciutto. Prosciutto, that's the word. Ham,
What's
basically.
prosciutto? Oh, okay.
It's basically sliced ham. It's thinly sliced ham. It's good.
Okay.
It really brings out the flavors of the cheese and make the strength of it.
Do you have prosciutto currently?
Oh, you bet your bippy I do.
Awesome.
I have everything
always
for
bet on my bippy when it comes to food.
Exactly. I have everything I need for a charcuterie board at all times. You never know when you need a charcuterie board.
Awesome.
And then,
so, do you think... Nebula's got it.
Oh, Lunar?
Yeah, I mean, like... I feel like we should go look, but, like, they said it's probably a star thing, so, like, we literally can't do anything.
My thought about all this is that clearly me being around him was upsetting him. I've sent him a text to let him know if he wants to talk to me, I'm around.
Yeah, he did yell something about his head not exploding again, so, like...
Yeah, I was confused about that. Clearly something's going on, and I'm not sure how to insert myself in helping. And also... You know, at the same time, you know, kind of working on myself right now, and it comes to a point where,
How often do y'all use this over here?
Wait, not often, because we usually have to take the projector out, but, like, you know, nobody wants to get the projector out and set it up.
This seems like a good, like, yoga square. But I know you do your yoga up there.
Yeah, you were lulling me into a conversation about yoga, huh? You know, yoga. I do that on the roof.
I'm not uninterested in yoga.
I think it's really good, you know. If you,
though I do hear from Monty that you scream very loudly.
Yeah, I was about to say, if you remove the screaming aspect of it, which I do because it releases my inner strength, it makes me feel like a warrior, and it makes me feel ready to go for the day, and it also lets me release all my anger I currently hold in me at all times.
What are your opinions of goat yoga?
Goat yoga or puppy yoga? Goated.
Either
Get
or.
It? Get it?
You have opinion on both.
Goated. So funny. I had to joke twice. Yeah, I love it. I think it's fun. But, you know, there's always a risk of the animal, you know, defecating on you.
True.
But, you know,
I also know that
there's
there's apparently a risk of, like... I remember seeing this on a TV show. That... sometimes goats will carry a certain type of bacteria that can make you go blind.
That's interesting.
So, like, if the goats aren't, like, you know, constantly taken care of in that aspect, you could just wake up one morning and be blind.
That doesn't seem to affect us, though.
That is true, but that is a human... risk, and yet
animals are scary. Animals are scary. You know what I like to watch?
Do you know how much bacteria is in the claws of a cat?
Yeah.
It's so much. Thank God there's 2 cats living in my house, and nobody in there is human.
Cat scratch fever, baby.
Yep.
You know, I have a favorite show I've been watching on YouTube. Not a show, but like, you know. Okay, so this is gonna sound weird. So, it's basically a guy. He, like, trims the hooves of cows.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I love that. That's so satisfying.
Sometimes that gets a little gross, but...
Yeah, but like, I like seeing when a sad little cow is like, oh, my little sad, and you go, okay, and they fix it, and then the cow's like, oh, I don't know if I can step on my foot.
And they go trotting away.
I can stand on my foot! I love that. That's my favorite thing. Yeah. You know, also mixed with that, baking. Speaking of which, have you been cooking for yourself more often?
I've been trying. I've been trying to learn how to make the perfect mac and cheese.
So, I have a recipe for you. It is an exuberant amount of cheese, though. Are you feeling cheesy?
I'm always feeling cheesy.
I can send it to you. Because I do a blend of cheeses.
I literally asked you, the first thing I did when I opened your fridge was, do you got that special cheese?
Well, yeah, but I thought you meant, like, you know, for charcuterie board.
I like cheese.
Bruh.
I like cheese as well. It's something we have in common.
Cheese is the most goated dairy product.
have you had goat cheese?
No.
Oh my god, you need to have goat cheese.
I hear it's very soft.
It can be. It's very good. You know what we should do? Okay, have you watched those documentaries on cheese making? Like there is a cheese! This is disgusting, but also super cool. There's a cheese in Italy. It cannot be distributed anywhere else. Where
it has maggots in it.
Yes! Maggots! And that
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I really want to have some. I know it sounds weird, but it looks so good.
It does look very good.
It looks very gooey.
And the thing is, it's like, you don't eat the maggot.
Yeah, you get rid of the maggots.
Yeah, you get rid of the maggots, you just eat the cheese. They aerate it.
Yeah.
You have enough cheese.
He's upstairs, by the way. I don't know if you know.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah.
I figured he came back.
Letting us have sibling bonding time, especially, because that's what we do. Look.
Yeah, we don't get to hang out very much because
you and me don't hang out much, with all the stuff that's been going on.
Because of life and trauma.
Yeah. But you know what? I've been starting to kind of accept it more. You know what I mean? What's going on with me?
Yeah, you get used to it.
I remember when I was, bright-eyed and freshly, out of the lab and was sent out to go find my family.
I never had that, you sweet innocent child.
I know, but I got to be sent out of the lab, and I met Sun for the first time while he was mid-breakdown.
At one point in my life, I was the one that induced trauma.
I have heard a lot about that, yes.
Yeah. And then, I had my own trauma from being the person that induced trauma because...
I remember my thing I would say a lot is communication would solve a lot of our problems. And you know what? That still stands true. But at the same time, I get why we don't communicate as much. We work so much. Sometimes it just slips our mind. And then we have so much stuff that's going on with us. Stuff is more important.
And also, sometimes the talking about it isn't a solution.
Yeah, you can talk about it until you're blue in the face.
Lunar can tell us what's going on with his stuff with the star, everything, and it's like, cool, superpowers and alien gods,
Can I be
basically.
honest with you? And I feel bad, but I don't know what to do about Lunar's powers, and I'll be honest, I don't know how to I don't really like talking about it with him because I kind of it's like somebody is talking about super advanced stuff and I don't know what to talk about, so all I can go is, neat. And then it feels like I just killed the conversation. But
the biggest involvement I have in it is the beast thing, aka Dazzle's old body, is trying to get Dazzle.
Yeah, that's an important thing. And when it's different because I hang out with Nebula. She's one of my friends. Pollock sometimes, but she's very busy nowadays. But, Nebula likes to hang out with me, but the difference between that is that Nebula never talks about work or anything about herself, which is kind of weird in and of itself, but she's more interested in learning about Earth stuff, so we just do whatever, me and Solar want to do. So, it's not like a whole thing where she's like, so yeah, let me tell you about the trauma or the awful things that Taurus and Leo do. Not to say I don't want her to talk about her trauma. If she wanted to, I'm totally cool with that. But, it's not like it comes out of nowhere. And it's like, oh, okay.
I remember, I think when Lunar came back, he mentioned that the prison he was put in blew up.
Yeah. And then he was okay. He was very clearly okay.
First of all, you were in space prison, and second of all, it blew up?
And then what am I supposed to do with that information? I don't know how to react to that. And I know it's important to know.
By all accounts, the Astrals are gods. We're lowly little mortals without superpowers.
Yeah, why do I don't need to...
It's literally like looking at a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent in Marvel and saying, hey, go fight Galactus.
Yeah, and honestly, it's I have enough problems going on, I got my dad, I got, my own kind of trauma, I'm in a wheelchair
The only superpower
today.
I got is that I'm smart, and I'm not, super smart. I'm robot smart.
Yeah.
I am a little bit above a human being.
I don't know about that.
Well, I mean, in terms of the pecking order.
Oh, okay, yeah.
In the pecking order of the universe, I'm, the next rung above a human.
What would you say I'd be?
You're with me, in that pecking rung.
Okay, so we're better than humans? Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, we're robots. We're physically, in every aspect, better than humans. We can literally access the internet at any given moment.
I guess that's what makes us better then, huh?
We can access the internet at any given moment to have any information. We are physically stronger than them in every aspect because we don't really get damaged as easily. We're more physically resilient because we're made out of metal. Like, in pretty much any comparable way other than arguably emotionally, we're more advanced than humans.
Mm-hmm. Well, I would say, fun thing about me I still have parental lock on my searches, and I can't, and I also don't want to take that off.
Oh. I mean,
Yeah.
like, that still lets you access about,
Yeah, I know, yeah, like,
that
I'm
still
still...
lets you access pretty much every piece of vital
I
information.
know, but then a lot of the times you guys say stuff, and then if I try to look it up, I get, like, stonewalled, and I'm like, oh, it must be inappropriate, and I don't look into it further. Because I don't like learning
what?
about I don't know. Again, it doesn't get stored for
No,
me.
like, I need an example of, like, something that we've said that you've tried to look up, and, like, you can't look it up.
I don't know off the top of my head. Just say stuff, and I can see if I can look it up or not.
Yacht.
See, I can look up that one, because that's like a newer slang.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
But I can't see all the words in the definition.
Okay. That's funny.
What does that mean?
There are certain words in the definition that are inappropriate for you, I guess.
Yeah, like, when things are redacted in files, that's what I'm seeing right now. Like, I'm seeing some words
I wonder
like,
if you're just,
yeah,
like, blocked
means-
from looking at anything of a person with the last name Kardashian.
Let me look. No, I can look them up, but there's stuff I can't see that's redacted.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. This isn't technically a bad thing, but I wonder if your child lock's gonna block it anyway. Poutine.
Yeah, it blocks it.
Yeah, that's what I kind of figured. All right, interesting. Yeah, poutine's a food.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard you guys mention eating that before. I was imagining it was food, so I didn't imagine it to be anything else. Thanks for the clarification. Sometimes, I'm gonna let you in on this, okay? Jokes aside.
Yeah.
Sometimes I miss, being not being who I am right now. Like back when I used to be, where I just didn't like all these problems just never really registered on my radar.
Oh, that's so valid.
I really miss that. Sometimes I wish I could go
That's
back.
so valid.
But I know
I don't think I
can't-
ever tell you and Monty enough. You guys have such a nice house.
Oh yeah, it's a beautiful house. It's great, gorgeous, a lot of space.
Like, me and Son, like, we have that quote-unquote mansion, as it was labeled when we bought it. It's not a mansion. It's a manor. I would call it
fancy.
I would call it a manor more than a mansion.
Okay, why?
I don't know. I just, in my brain, I think mansion is, like, bigger, more sprawling, like, thing. Like, Wayne Manor? No, that's Wayne Mansion. Like, Bruce Wayne has a mansion, not a manor.
Do you want to Google, like, what's the difference between a mansion and a manor?
I'll do it.
I'll do it with you.
What is the difference between a manor and a mansion?
A manor is a large estate with historical significance, while a mansion is a luxurious, spacious house. Manors were central to feudalism in the Middle Ages and were often the homes of wealthy landowners.
Huh.
In the Middle Ages, a manor was a large estate granted to a lord by the king. The manor house was the lord's residence and the center of the manor. Mansions are often built to stand out for their opulence and may include features like multi-car garages, wine cellars, and zen gardens. I love that that's the pinnacle of opulence. A
Okay.
zen garden and
So
wine
I
cellars.
guess, heck, we have, like, a low-class mansion.
I would actually consider you guys to be like upper middle class house.
Yeah, that's more valid. Because,
Yeah.
like, you guys have a pool. We don't even have that, but to be fair, we have, like, lakefront property.
That's a that's a lakefront property. I would argue, that's better than a pool. You could get a boat.
Why? I'd argue I'd rather have a pool.
Okay, why? Tell me.
I don't know. Fish are weird. Fish are
Yeah.
gross.
And I think it would freak out Dazzle if she went swimming and felt a fish. I'd freak out if I just
Oh,
felt
yeah.
something.
Well, it's also like, to be fair, I've never even looked up what's in that lake.
You think, like, the Loch Ness Monster is in that
No.
lake? Like,
Well, okay. Let's be honest.
a barracuda's
Would
gonna
it be
come bearing
surprising
down?
if the Loch Ness Monster suddenly pulled up on our lake? Would it be surprising?
I can't argue with that. Valid.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
You're right,
I
you're
accidentally made a... Nah. Do you know about that?
What?
The time I accidentally made, like, a forest golem in our backyard?
No.
I was trying to make defenses for the house, and I was trying to make, like, you know, guards. And they turned into, like, a golem monster, and we had to burn it with gasoline. Because if we cut it with a chainsaw,
I
it just
bring this up
duplicated.
right now. I notice that a lot of the stuff you construct either turns evil or gains sentience.
I wouldn't say a lot of it. I'd say, like,
Or
maybe...
blows up. I'll give you that. There's a third option.
Okay, well, adding that to the equation, I'd say that's probably closer to 50%. I was going to say 20, and then
I'd say there's like a 1 out of 4 chance that it works well and stays working. Is that mean of me to say?
I mean...
I'm just going off of what I've seen so far. Like, I don't know if I'd count
like,
you.
okay, to be fair, the stuff that, like, I keep and am, like, really toying with, that's the stuff that's not, like, a government commission.
Yeah.
So, like, that's me experimenting and having fun, so, like, that's gonna blow up.
Okay, yeah. Having fun is blowing stuff up. That's what boys
Well,
do. Boys be boys,
Having
blowing
fun
stuff up.
is figuring out the limitations of what reality will let me do.
Mm-hmm.
Because science.
Because science.
And then the government stuff is like, I knock out the government stuff in like a day and a half. Which I can't go into for the sake of not getting your house aerated.
Okay. Thank you for not doing that. Do you want
Yeah.
to go and have some charcuterie board cheese and maybe some mac and
God,
cheese?
please.
I figured you did. Come hither. I'll get you some cheese and crackers and a bunch of fancy meats.
Oh my God, you are the best sister of all time.
I know what I am. That was me trying to be confident. I thank you for the compliment. I really needed to hear that. Thank you.
No, be confident, sister. Rock it.
Oh, okay. All right, let me get that.
You rock that, sister.
You rock that. Yes, queen.
Go, queen. Oh, my God.
Slay